Hey guys, Healing Fairy here with your weekly energy update. This week we're tuning into the week of July 28th until August 3rd for some insight, guidance, and accurate insight into what is coming up this week. And our crystal this week is Lapis Lazuli. Alright. So the first energetic theme that is showing up for us this week is a need to slow down. It's a need to be more introspective. It's a need to have patience. There's a lot of little different themes that are coming up with this one. But the whole idea is to try to be more mindful. Like, slow down your day. If you can take your time doing things, you're going to be more in the present. And being more in the present allows you to be more conscious of what you're doing and allows you to experience the true energy of the moment and even to honor those moments, right? When we're here, present, living it, experiencing it, there's a sort of grace and sense of gratitude that we can get for experiencing those moments. So slow things down, be more mindful. If you can stretch it out, this would be the week to do it, which means like try not to do it all this week, you know, like give yourself some time, give yourself a week. There is a lot of energies coming in, so you know there's a lot of things happening, there's a lot of events that you're going through, there's a lot of things that you're experiencing, and it's a lot to digest. So that's why they're saying slow it down, be more mindful, because it's so big that for your body and your mind and everything to kind of recalibrate and integrate it all in, it's going to take some time. So give yourself that space for to fully receive it, you know, because if you're hopping from one thing to the next, we tend to miss some of those really good juicy pieces that the universe is trying to send our way, whether it's a lesson or it's a sense of more love coming in, you know, it can range. So that's our first theme. So you're probably going to be overwhelmed. There's probably going to be a lot to do, but if you can do one thing, it's to just spread it out, be more mindful, sit with it, and allow it to come in. Okay, so with our cards, theme number 2 this week is acceptance. There's a huge, especially with Lionsgate coming in, and even just this year, I feel this very strongly for many of us. We're coming into our own, and we're learning to appreciate parts of ourselves like never before. And that's, you know, learning to love the way you look, learning to love your body, being grateful that you can breathe and you can walk and you can talk, because those are things we do every day, but rarely are we grateful for them. So there's a greater sense of heart opening, and I really feel this on an internal level when it comes to this week. So oftentimes there's something that happens that opens your eyes, that opens your heart, that makes you feel like you're more ready to accept the truth of your reality, the truth of your identity. So that's coming online even more. So there's probably going to be either something that happens to you that helps you to see yourself in a better light. Sometimes it's a compliment from somebody and they're like, oh, I just love this, or I wish I was good at this just like you are, and you just gain such a greater sense of gratitude for yourself. So curious to see how that's going to flow in for you guys. So heart opening there. Okay, theme number 2, grace for grand gesture. So this one's interesting with Malachite, because Malachite is a lot about like facing your fears. You know, it reaches deep to the core within your heart and it yanks those out and it says, hey, this needs to be worked on. So if anything, I feel like this for a theme for this week is something quite significant happening. And it feels like a lot, and it can be like sometimes it's an argument that you have, or it's somebody flowing in, somebody coming into your life and really disrupting things. And in the moment, it feels really uncomfortable. But when you look back at it, you realize there is a deeper reason for this, and it's, you know, it tugs on your heartstrings. It brings up wounds that are ready to be healed, that are ready to be acknowledged. And sometimes to heal it, to work through it, you just have to be aware it's there. And sometimes we don't gain that awareness until somebody pisses us off. Somebody says something and you're like, I didn't like that. Why didn't you like that? What about it pissed you off? You know, how's it making you feel? So this will happen to a lot of you this week, where it's significant. It, you know, it definitely shakes you. But I encourage you, as you're watching this video, to dig deeper, understand why, ask yourself, where is this coming from? And oftentimes, you know, yes, everything kind of, you know, maybe they were an asshole, but everything happens for a reason, and often it's divine plan. You know, it's the universe sending this to you for a good reason. The universe is always on our side. Sometimes we don't feel it, but they are. So, okay, our last theme for this week is discernment. So, what the hell does that word mean? Discernment is all about being able to really read into the energy of something. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it going to be a good influence on you? And let me tell you, like, more than half the time, the stuff that happens to us, that we experience, it's all based on your perception. How are you raised? You know, what kind of life have you lived? You can see this crystal as a good thing or a bad thing depending on your perception. But the reality is, it's a crystal. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is, right? So be mindful when it comes to things that are showing up this week. Again, that I definitely get, you're gonna be triggered this week a little bit. We are still in Mercury retrograde, so hold on tight, guys. But it's up to you to discern whether, you know, should I waste my energy on that? Is that worth it? Is it worth to get upset over? And maybe sometimes it is. Sometimes you need to speak out. Sometimes you need to have that conversation. You need to put out the boundary and say, hey, that's not okay. But sometimes it's so, like, it's really unnecessary to just, like, oh my god, what's the word? To just react, that's the word. You know, it's not going to lead you anywhere, it's not going to benefit anyone, and just using that discernment and knowing, you know what, this person is literally just trying to upset me. Like, why am I going to let them win? So, use your intuition, because, you know, often our immediate reaction is to react. We want to just, why? So, use discernment, see if it's worth your time, energy, and effort, because what you feed into, what you put your attention to, becomes your reality. So it's up to you whether you want to bring this to life in a greater way or not. So be mindful. Okay, so those are our themes. Our crystal this week is lapis lazuli. So lapis is to help you, you know, it's a stone of clarity. And a lot of people will have this on their desks or wherever they're working to help them focus, okay? So it's actually great if you're like working on a course or you're trying to learn something. It helps you to remember. So not only that, but it also helps to helps you use both sides of your brain hemisphere, so you're using your brain in a more balanced way. And then it also is known to be a third eye opener. So, I mean, obviously all of this is going to be nice and open and broad. And that'll, again, that's going to help you with the discernment. That's going to help you have awareness of your situation and peer further into it, not just seeing what's on the surface. So, okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.